Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. If you're not in the GMT time zone, I haven't been on for weeks and I have missed coming on. But I thought I have 101 things to do. But I'm distracting myself with cooking and cleaning and all that. I love cooking, but that's no excuse. Anyway, I wanted to pop on really quickly to talk about this very important topic. Winter don't last forever. It's the last chapter in my new ebook, Love Interrupted. And you'll have to sign up to my website just to get the sneak preview later on this week when I'll release the first chapter of Love Interrupted, the impact of early childhood trauma on our marriage and our relationships. Now that's going to be amazing. This weekend I was at UK's family retreat, and it was just an amazing time as well, just for everybody, each member of the family. I had the opportunity to connect with some awesome women that I'm looking forward to serving. Now, I wanted to talk about Winter Don't Last Forever. As I said, it's the last chapter in my book. And in the realm of relationships, just any kind of relationships, interpersonal relationships, marriage, intimate relationships, just anything, even in our parenting, sometimes we go through seasons because life has seasons. There is spring, summer, autumn, winter. Sometimes things are wonderful, sometimes things are not so wonderful. And it's how do we deal with the periods that are not so wonderful? And those are the things that I address. What do we do when things aren't so wonderful in the relationship? What do we do when we don't feel so in love? What do we do when parenting is challenging and we just don't think we have the resources and the skills to cope? Sometimes one of the things that we do, and this amazing woman I was talking to, I said, what do you need? What would you want? Would this appeal to you? And she said, I want help to manage stress and I want help to manage stressful situations. I said, is that in your marriage? Is that in your parenting? And then she began to describe what life was like, and as women, maybe you can relate to this, where you're looking after your family, his family, children, him, just everybody. And I said, then who looks after you? Where do you fall in all of that? And, she was stuck, as many people are stuck. And the other day, a client told me, Joanna, you need to take your own advice, and I've listened. I really have listened, because sometimes it's so easy to immerse ourselves in life, to be busy doing for everybody, and to leave ourselves out. And my new mantra is serve from your overflow, not from the cup. Because when we give from our cups, it depletes. We don't have the resources that we need to serve and to give and to do the things that we want to do. And that's what leading me on to Winters Don't Last Forever. Because in our relationships, as I said, we go through seasons. And when winter is harsh, and if you live in, for example, Jamaica, where I'm from, or anywhere else around the world where it's warm, you probably don't understand the concept of winter as we do. Now in winter, there's nothing growing. Everything is brown. The beautiful edges that were green and lush, like now in spring, they're dry and there is no life. And the trees that are flourishing, I wish I could show you the garden, the trees that are flourishing and green in spring and summer, come autumn, they become beautiful purple and yellow, but in winter, there are no leaves. But I'll tell you something about those trees, that what happens to those trees before winter comes. Before winter comes, those trees the buds are already prepared. And for the trees that the buds are, except for the evergreen that never loses its leaves or never gets, dry and loses its leaves and die. Except for that tree, every other tree that will lose its leaf, the preparation to ensure that tree lives happens from now. So, and in summer. So when it comes to autumn, when it's losing its leaves, and winter when there are no leaves, that tree is already prepared for spring. So when spring comes and it's time for leaves, that tree won't die. And it's the same thing with our relationships. We cannot afford to not nurture our relationships. We can't afford to not get parenting advice and parenting help. We can't afford to not attend parenting seminars. We can't afford to not read parenting books. We can't afford to not take parenting seriously. When you get a job And we do, as a counselor, I have to do continuous professional development. And I have to ensure I attend courses, I have to ensure I read, I have to do so many hours every year to meet the Association of Christian Counselors standards. Now, it's the same thing we have to do with our relationships. We have to nurture them. And it's not only spending time that we do to nurture them. We go to, the expert says one marriage enrichment thing every year. That's what we should do. Now, I've met people who don't do that. Some people who feel they don't need it. Good for them. I do. And attend parenting seminars and parenting workshops. I've run marriage courses and I've run parenting courses many years ago. I still have some of the resources. Care for the Family have amazing resources for marriage and for parenting. Now, as I said, we can't afford to not nurture and nourish and read and attend courses, and everything is available online now. Attend webinars and just prepare ourselves for that. And we're not only doing it, we shouldn't only do it for our relationships and for our parenting. We should do it just for us, because we're worth it. I'm doing this 21-day revival thing with the Black Women CEO Circle with Quenisha Green, amazing coach. And just last night when I was going through, catching up with day 4, just to look at myself and the things that, my skills and my gifts and the things that I was good at and the things that, when I tap into that, I realized that there were so many things that about me that I wasn't nurturing and nourishing. But for our relationships to succeed, for our parenting to succeed, for anything that we do to succeed, we have to nurture us too. So, when I said about one marriage enrichment thing every year and do parenting courses and read books around parenting and talk to people, it's the same thing we have to do for ourselves. As women, we can be so busy with so many things in life and we forget us. And then winter comes and we don't have the resources to cope. Winter comes and we crash. Winter comes and the breakdown. Winter comes. Be live, don't mess about. I'm going to tough it through, but nurture and nourish and love you. At the Together Women conference this weekend on Sunday in Nottingham, UK, I'm going to talk about how to make changes that heal, how to do those things that you need to do to nurture you so that when winter comes, you have the resources to cope. And just before I go, I want to talk about those people who have the resources to cope. And sometimes you feel, I've been doing that, Joanna. I've been coping, I've been doing, and it's not working. And I feel like I want to give up. I want to say this to you. Every year we go to this family retreat. And my children looked forward to it. So we came home yesterday and they'll be talking about it from today until next year again. I'm telling you, sometimes I have to ban them. You cannot ask me about family retreat for a full week. That's really hard for them. But it gives me a break. And so they were so excited and they were ready and they wanted to go, and we were waiting for somebody to pick us up, and we waited all day and they were tired and they were sad, and now we're going to go, Mom. And then we got in the car and we get in there and it's 2.5 hours from our home. And 5 minutes before we drove in to the campsite, my son fell asleep. And I looked at him sleeping and I'm smiling. And I thought, isn't that sometimes how we do life? Like minutes before the breakthrough, we will give up. Minutes before something will happen and work out for us, we will give up and stop trying. Minutes before the person who we've been praying for, the relationship that we've been working on, that child, the strong will that they have, and we feel our inability to cope, minutes before that was going to change, we give up. I want to encourage you, winter don't last forever. But the things that you're doing now, in the time when it feels like it's spring and it's summer, that will help you to get through the difficult periods in winter. So be purposeful, be intentional. Do those things that will nourish you, that will enrich you, so that when winter comes, if it comes, and it comes for everyone, because life is just like that, it will take you through. Don't give up. Whatever you do not give up. Whatever you do, you have the resources to cope. Whatever you do, reach out. In winter, you can do that. Reach out, somebody will reach back. Please, just don't give up. Just don't give up. Just keep going. Not keep going in your own strength. If you feel like, I don't have the resources to keep going, John, I'm depleted, I don't know what to do. Reach out, as I said, someone will reach back. Sometimes when we're in this place, we lock ourselves in thinking nobody understands. Nobody has ever walked the journey that I've walked. People will judge me. They will be critical. Shame keeps us locked in these places, and fear keeps us locked in these places too. But don't let shame tell you things about your winter that isn't true. And don't let fear keep you from reaching out and really allowing somebody the blessing of pouring into your life so that you can once again get the resources to cope. Don't give up 5 minutes before the breakthrough. Don't give up. I'm hoping to see you again tomorrow, but I'm going to go finish editing Love Interrupted, and I'll see you. Take care. Have an awesome day.